Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get into part 2 of Carlos King's interview with Lil Scrappy from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's go. So when we left off last week, Carlos was asking Scrap if he thought Bam loved him. And he came back this week and he said no. He said a petty no, and he said if he really thinks about it, like, you can say you love anyone, you can say you'll be loyal, and you can have children with anyone, but he said Bam really did not, he doesn't feel like she loved him. So he went on to say that if it wasn't for him, Bam would never have been on Love and Hip Hop, right? But she also let him know that she was involved with Benzino. And he also said, I think I told you all about, I played the little part where he was in rehab. Erica was calling him when she passed by to go out. Bam was bringing him Black and Miles. And he found out about Benzino while he was in rehab, talking about her as his girlfriend. And people was like, that's your lady? Like, he could not believe that. So when he talked to Bam about being in the hot tub with Benzino, she told him, and he said he believed it, that she was just getting girls for the guys. Like, whoever that girl was that was kissing on Kirk's head like that, she was getting girls for the guys. But she's sitting there as one of the girls with Benzino. Okay, Bam, like, I'm changing my mind. So Carlos asked him, was he happily married to Bam? He said he had happy moments. He said, but it was always something. And he said she would catch him off guard a lot. Let's listen to that.
Stage with Snoop Dogg, he was performing at the State Farm Arena, and we were doing like this, and it was a girl way in the back, like by the bleacher shit, like, and she sent me a DM like, who is this? And it zoomed in on the girl. I was like, honestly, I didn't even know somebody was behind me all the way back there like that. You know what I'm saying? Who is she? I didn't know. Like, I'm asking too. I'm like, who is she? Wait. She like, oh, you don't know her. Why she all the way back there? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it looks scary to me because she, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that has to be very aggravating when you are doing the right thing and someone is always accusing you of doing something you're not doing. He also gave an example of, he was on Instagram Live, and there was a white girl that was on Instagram Live, and he said he was talking to somebody else before her the same way. And Bam called him while he was on Instagram Live, like, what's up? Like, why did you change like that? Like, that is hard to function in. You know what I'm saying? Scrappy said he never cheated on Bam, right? But he was accused for doing a lot of things, and it drove him crazy. He said that he passed up on a lot of opportunities, like with R&B singers and different people, because they were women, and she would really accuse him of doing things. And he also said that in his relationship with Bam, he forgot who he was. And I was so glad to hear that he is currently in therapy. I'm so glad about that. I don't know what to do. He also said, like, when he would have accolades or, things great happens to him, like, she would be mad, and she would pretty much say, well, why is this not happening to me? And he was the reason she got a raise on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, because without her, he went to them and said, this is what she deserves. And with the direction that the current Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is going, it's focused on the women. And she is part of that team. But he also said, like, she just was not happy for him. Hold on.
and I'm like, well, why am I going crazy then? Like, why when I'm sad, you're just happy? You know what I'm saying? When I'm happy, you're sad? Like, it ain't even supposed to be like that. Like, it ain't supposed to be like that, bro. It ain't supposed to be no, you sad when I'm coming home shouting, something just happened for me. Or you giving me bare minimum love about the shit, like, oh yeah, that was up. I told you could do it. Yeah. You like, damn, I don't do this shit when you come home and shit is happening for you.
He said when Bam was selling hair, like out of the trunk of her car or whatever, and he would go on tour, he would be selling her hair for her when he's on tour. Like, he's on tour, buy this hair from my girl. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I have changed my mind. I am not with the Bam, because I don't know Scrappy and I don't know the Bam, but let me tell you something. I believe everything that this man has said. Let's keep going. Do y'all remember when Bambi had put Scraps conversation she was having with him on her story. She was recording him. He said he had gone over there that night to tell her that he loved her and he wanted the marriage. And then he went on to tell Carlos, he was like, I don't mean to throw Jock and Kirk under the bus, but all of the things that they have put their women through, like, why is my marriage broken up and I haven't done any of that? And he said that he seeked out being around married people. Now, his example was Jock and Kirk. I'm not saying that's the best example, but they were married. That's a true fact. But she didn't do that. She wanted to be around single people. She wanted to kick it because he said she did not want to be married. Now, when it came to the money about him not paying the bills, he said he had paid his part. And matter of fact, at the end of this, he pulled his phone out, he pulled up his bank records, and he showed Carlos exactly what he had done and what exactly he paid for. Carlos went through it all the way up to January of 2022. He was a little late, but he got it paid. I don't know why Bam did that. I don't know why she would do that. Scrap, I'm sorry. We're here for you, though. He said that after they had split up, she was living in the house, he was living in hotels, he was living in his car, and right before Christmas, somebody had robbed him, and he said he called her because he could have lost his life. And she was like, well, why you didn't call Diamond? He was like, I'm calling you because I'm the father of our children. I would think, you would want to know this, that I'm here. Like, for what he's saying, Bam is a piece of work. And Scrappy is a hopeless romantic. He wants to be married and he wants to love. He really want to be married to the Bam. But I'm glad he's out of that. Let's keep going. He talked about the situation with Amani, and he said the thing is, the way he grew up, he's always going to take his children's side. So when they did the investigation with Erica, they found out that none of her children had ever been taken away from her. So they just let it go, right? And Carlos asked him, would he ever have a relationship with Erica Dixon? And he talked about how beautiful she is. And she is absolutely beautiful. And he said, I don't know. He was like, right now, he's trying to work on himself. I was so glad to hear him say that. When it comes to it, Bam did not love Scrap. But I'm so glad to know he's in therapy. I'm so glad to hear him tell his story because you could see him getting lighter as he talked to Carlos. Big ups to Carlos for this interview. I mean, I think they've all been great, but I think this one showed a transformation of a man. And Scrap needed this release. He needed this. He needed somebody to listen to him. And we were all listening, Scrap. This was a great interview. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and see it. It's your girl, Millie Chun, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.